Well, no one told you Claus was gonna set you off. Racist, ignorant, and a bit homophobic. It's like I'm always stuck in retard town where I probably should live anyway. Cause it's the Kloss Show, episode 16. It's the Kloss Show, joined with my Jamaican queen. Subscribe, cause I don't have many.
Please
There we
subscribe.
go. Sub up, because nobody fucking watches this bullshit. So come on. It takes a lot of effort to make gold like that right there.
Exactly. This
Come
is
on.
fucking gold.
Look at that. Remake of the Friends theme song right here live.
Even though the original Friends is absolutely trash.
Live singing. That is true. That show does suck. That theme song, though, straight fire. Hold my mic for a second, just for a second. Anytime you give a little in a song,
White
that
people go
that hits.
crazy
That's
for
what I
that.
mean. It hits my white string on my fucking. If I was a harp, that would boom. That would pluck my white string right there.
That's all.
A triple clap.
For Black people, it's a choir.
A
Put a
triple.
choir
Oh
on a
yeah,
track.
definitely.
Like "Ain't It Fun" by Paramore. That's a Black song.
Steps it up for him when you had a
No,
choir
literally, I
in the
love choir.
background. God, were you in the choir?
I was
You were in the choir. Was
in
that?
church and at school.
I was also in the choir.
But like, maybe that's why you're such a phenomenal singer.
I am, but
These songs you've been churning
I am
out.
trained.
Yeah.
Classically trained. I am actually classically trained. Oddly enough.
Yeah.
Classically
and I am
trained.
not Black. If you're
I am
classically
classically
trained, I'm not Black.
I was classically trained by Mrs. Garrison. Shout out to her. Literally, Mrs. Garrison. She has to be dead. She has to be dead now.
Wasn't she like a nun or something?
No. The nuns are the ones that kicked the shit out of me as I could basically mentally beat my ass as a child. They would tell me we're going to hell every Wednesday. Before it used to be on Tuesdays, and they changed it to Wednesdays. So it used to be every Tuesday, which is already the shittiest day of the week. Before school, before school on Tuesdays, we'd have to go to fucking Bible school, and they would just tell us how our whole family was going to hell. But anyway, that's a different thing.
Yeah,
the choir was also part of my religious experience, my spiritual abuse. I was in the choir, the children's choir specifically, and it was ran by this old lady who had not one but two retarded grandsons.
But two.
So of course they were gonna run the solos. We did a song on Kwanzaa, and she had this retarded kid front and center up there just going Kwanzaa.
Was he at least Black?
Oh no. Kwanzaa. 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 I wonder if I could find this fucking Kwanzaa song. My God.
Oh, wow.
It was so trash. Type it on my phone. See if the Kwanzaa. Just look up.
Spell Kwanzaa.
Yeah, me neither. Such a fake. Isn't that a fake holiday? Isn't it? It wasn't an actual black holiday, right? It's totally fucking made up.
Song.
Let's see if it comes up. Oh no, this is not gonna be.
I'm so
We're
sorry.
gonna have to look that up.
Right.
We're gonna have to find that separately anywhere. This is not it. Oh wait a minute. How did I find it?
What the fuck?
See, I told you it had the little.
I did not
the last one. Kwanzaa. I
did
told
not
you.
think it was that bad.
I told you. That's how it went.
Wow.
I wasn't even.
No other words. Just Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Throughout the whole song.
It eventually they squeeze in some shit about Jesus. And
Okay.
whatever the fuck else. You know, it's kind of like a
Wow.
make your own Kwanzaa song. You get that part, and then in the middle you kind of squeeze in your own Jesus agenda that you want to put on there, you know?
I'm just thinking about all these white kids.
Oh yeah, we were all white.
Kwanzaa.
We were all white, and he was the whitest. Right up front was the whitest kid with he had a square head. That's how white he was. That's a fucking white thing to have. A square head. It's definitely a white guy thing.
A square white guy head.
A square white guy? A square head? Where else do you see square heads besides the white community?
Yeah.
Exactly. We have the squarest heads by far.
Yeah.
Because y'all got the milk dud heads, the weird shaping milk dud heads.
Is that what you call my head?
No, if you were bald, maybe. If you were bald, I'd definitely be like, milk dud. No, that's kind of a dude thing to call him. I've seen a bunch of guys with the milk dud head.
I don't know if I have that.
And, you've, shit. Then, Asian people, they kind of just all look like they have Down syndrome. They
Oh,
kind of have Down syndrome head.
I do not.
Mexicans just look like they're also Asian
They have
sometimes.
huge heads.
They have big ass heads. Yeah, they can have the square head too. Actually, our South
Yeah.
American brothers,
Yeah.
our south of the border brothers, can also have
Nothing
square
wrong
heads.
with that. A lot of brain power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I just saying a second ago?
White guy, square head, Kwanzaa.
No, 2 seconds before that, it just made me think about Down syndrome. I heard about the other day. I learned about mosaic
Fuck.
Down syndrome. Do you know what that is? Mosaic
No.
Down syndrome? I
No.
just learned about this. So it means that you look like you have full blown Down syndrome, but you don't. You're just a regular guy. So you're just walking around looking like a complete fucking retard.
Didn't you tell me that I had this
And
the other day?
you do give mosaic Down syndrome a little bit. You have a big forehead on you. It's good though. I like it. I like a big forehead.
So you like that I look like I have mosaic
Oh
Down
yeah,
syndrome?
because then I'm
you
not the only.
asshole.
Yeah, because then because you look at me, they're like, oh, that's a retarded guy. So then they see you with me, like, oh my god, look at that. That's so nice. They were able to find each other.
Don't fucking play with me.
It was so nice. They were able to find each
Absolutely
other.
not. I don't look like I have no fucking Down
Instead of it
syndrome.
looking like you're my fucking caretaker and that you're just taking me out to the Asian
I
buffet
think
that
they think
day.
that you're just like some tall, skinny white guy.
Because
That
you'll be
has
like,
a hot,
oh,
bad
do you want another egg
bitch
roll?
on their
You want
arm.
another egg roll? And I'm like, okay, I like the egg roll. They think you're my fucking caretaker when we're walking around in public. So
Continue your damn mosaic Down syndrome.
no, that's pretty much
bit.
it. That's pretty much it. I just learned about it. I learned that you can literally look like you have full blown Down syndrome and not have it, and that is the most.
That
What a
I would
curse!
just pretend like I have it.
What a
At
curse!
that point,
Now, would you rather have it and look good, normal, or look like you have it and not?
well, Down syndrome people are really taking over the world nowadays. So I think that I'd want to look normal but have it.
Oh!
They even have Down syndrome dolls now, so they're getting
You'd want to
representation
look
too.
normal but have it. You'd trade your brain power for. You'd say,
But
you know what though? If I had my option, if it was you and they said, all right, Grayson, right now you've got to take away Jane's cognitive ability, but she's still gonna be hot, or we're gonna make it look like she doesn't have cognitive ability. I'd say, you know what? Just dumb her up a little bit. That's fine. Keep her looks. Keep her looks, please.
that's what I said.
Dumb
What's
her
so
up.
bad about
Yeah,
that?
that's fine. You know,
Because that girl in the Down syndrome movie that we
I'll
watched the other
I'll
day,
handle any paperwork things that need be done.
not under a
and then-
conservatorship, but then
Yeah.
you'd be fucking a Down syndrome.
Yeah, you know, like they say, that ass ain't retarded though.
Anyway, but that movie that we watched with the Down syndrome people on the basketball team,
Oh yeah,
that girl,
was the
she
Woody
had Down
Harrelson.
syndrome. and she was-
Everyone in that movie had Down syndrome.
yeah, she was living her best
She
life.
might have. Some of them might have had mosaic Down syndrome. She
Mm.
might be a prime mosaic Down syndrome candidate.
But she spoke
Where
like
she looks
had
like
it.
it.
Though.
Well, that might have been just for the role, but sometimes they
Imagine.
look and sound like you have it. Like you walk up to them and you're like, "I bet we saw we," but you have your full blown good to go in the head.
Whoa!
You're full blown good to go.
Wow, I did not know this.
Yeah, it's what I mean. You kind
We
of
probably
look.
met
sound
so
like
many
it.
Down syndrome people that we thought had Down syndrome.
Yeah,
because
that would be tough if you sounded. If you were like, Grayson, I made you dinner. That would be tough. That would be tough. Oh man, that would be a
Holy
tough.
shit!
Like if you
that
got
was
hit.
too good.
Like if you got hit in
Do
the
you
head.
have it? That was too good.
I've been saying for the whole
wow.
tenure of this show that I'm retarded. Yes,
Oh my god.
because it would be like if you got hit in the head really hard and you just kind of lost your voice and that's what you sounded like. That'd be tough. That would be tough. If you were just like, wait there. Oh, I want to watch Bad Girl Club. Want to watch Bad
You
Girl
wouldn't be with
Club
me. That is so sad.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't be with you. I'm just saying it would be a little hard to not laugh at all the time. That's all. I'd be like, yeah, let's watch Bad Girl Club.
You would mock me
Oh,
back.
I don't think I'd be able to stop myself,
Oh
honestly.
wow.
That's why it'd become a problem because I'm so mean and hateful and just can't stop myself from making fun of the unfortunate. That like, if you got hit in the head hard and went full and went half tarded, I'd have a hard time not making fun of you.
Wow. That's
Shit, I
very
already make fun of you
interesting.
for being a foreigner
That is
most
kind
of
of
the
true.
time.
That is kind of true. You were just making fun of how my sentence choices and or word
Yeah, because
choices.
this guy at work, I showed him the show, and immediately he goes, "Your girlfriend's not American." So
That is so embarrassing, bro. That is so embarrassing. Am I
it's
that
like I try
bad?
to tell you, but when you're using words wrong, but then you argue so hard that they fit in there, and I'm like, okay, like the definition would kind of make it sound that way, but I promise you, it doesn't sound right. It's
It
not the right
does.
way.
It's kind of like how, yeah, it does make sense though, because it's always the second definition right
You
under
can't
it.
go off the second definition.
Yes, you
That's
can.
how you confuse people.
People
The
should be
layman,
smarter.
they're not. If you talk to the layman American and you use the second
Well,
definition, you're gonna throw them
why am
off
I for done myself done to make them feel good?
because you are dumb anyways. So.
I'm very smart and beautiful. Don't play with me. Anyways,
You got any topics for the
I do
week?
have some
I've
topics
been
actually.
tired. I didn't really find any.
Um, hmm.
What do you
I
got
have a
for me?
few articles for you. I'm just trying to pick which
I
one I want
saw,
to start with
actually, I'll go
first.
ahead since you're thinking about it. I saw
Yeah.
on Reddit they were fucking a bunch of subreddits were like protesting for some fucking reason. I don't even know why. They were
Mm,
protesting, so they were taking down their pages, and NBA was one of them. And there's another page called NBA Circle Jerk where they just like post memes.
mm,
Well, everyone from the NBA Reddit was going over there to try to talk basketball serious. And they're like, we're not having that. So the number one post one day, pinned by the moderators, was the autopsy of check out the autopsy of a convicted or of a rapist. I don't think convicted. Check out the autopsy of a rapist.
oh my
And it was just
gosh.
Kobe's autopsy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
Which I had
god.
never looked at before, and it was pretty wild. They
You
have
looked at it?
well, just the autopsy is a drawing. It's not an
Oh,
actual. It's just a drawing of
'cause
his
I don't know if I want to
autopsy.
see that.
Have you ever seen? You've never seen his autopsy? Man, he
No.
got blown apart.
No.
He got blown apart.
What the fuck?
How do you even spell autopsy?
We're both
I'm
retarded.
actually spelling it correctly. Look
I
at that.
spelled Kwanzaa correctly, by the way. I'm letting my black people know out there.
There's
Period.
2 pages to it because there's a second page just for his blown off arm.
Wait, let me see the
Where is? Let
drawing.
me go to
I don't want to
the.
see the actual one. Just let me see
Yeah,
the
yeah. I'm
drawing.
just going to the Reddit here. No, you won't. I don't think they've got. I never looked up
Actual, yeah,
the
that's
pictures of him getting blown up. If that's a thing, I
his arm
would
was
have.
off.
Yeah, his arm blew off. See, they've got one here. He's got chunks of his skull. You could see his spine. His legs were completely obliterated and gone. Blew his legs off. Chunks of his skull out.
Holy
Then there's a second
shit!
page. That's where his arm. Look at that. They even drew the tattoos on
The
it with
first
his kids'
comment:
names.
dog ran away with both his legs.
Well,
LeBron would have survived.
y'all smoked this.
Oh my god! People are so horrible.
I mean, he did
Whoa!
rape someone.
But like,
He raped a girl.
was it true? Like,
I'm
was he actually convicted of it?
people's argument of it is they go, no, in court they just argued about how much of a whore she was, basically, and everyone was,
Ooh.
oh well, she was a total whore, and it's like, oh yeah, it's almost like a multi-millionaire used this just who had a PR team kind of was going up against her in the public eye. Yeah, total whore, huh?
I don't know. That's
He
kind of hard.
he
That's
probably raped her.
nuance. I don't know. I don't want to.
If you go and get the rape kit afterwards, I'm believing you. If you
Mm,
immediately go get the rape kit afterwards, and it's not like a couple days, and you're like, he raped me. If you are like immediately going and get the rape kit, and you're like bruised up and shit, and you have bruising all over you, I'm
mm,
gonna believe you got raped.
mm,
I'm just gonna believe that one. That one, you know,
mm,
I like to be as critical of victims as the next person, but
mm,
my God, at some point you got to be like, come on, people,
mm-hmm,
come on.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Shit. I gotta. I can't. I don't. I have nothing
So
to say.
they,
I'm speechless.
yeah, her like vag was all bruised up and shit
Oh
when she went and
wow.
got the kit done.
That's a lot for Elmo.
Yeah, But he's a real hero. He was good at basketball, so he's a very great hero. Great hero, that Mr. Bryant. People probably this would probably actually upset people more than all the fat talk, all
Yeah.
the hard talk.
Yeah.
You would take making fun of Kobe. They'll be like, "What? That's it." I'll go down to 7 subscribers or however many I fucking
Thank God.
look back at it. Fuck, I lost one.
Damn it.
Damn.
Damn it. Damn you,
Fuck.
Kobe. Speaking of shooting your legs off or legs falling off and whatever the fuck, I do have this article for you I wanted to read, or I wanted you to read because you're a better reader than me. Apparently, I'm not American. So,
Yeah, you're not American.
yeah.
Illinois man who shot himself in the leg while asleep facing felony charges. He went full Plaxico Burt. How's he getting a felony charge for shooting his own leg?
Go read.
A suburban Chicago. That's how. That's why.
Yep.
They've got insane gun laws in fucking Chicago.
Well, I mean, it's called Chirac for a reason.
They got wild laws. Well, shit, 55 people got shot just this weekend in Chicago. Over
Really?
Father's Day. Father's Day weekend, 55 people got shot.
You got to talk about that too. What the fuck happened?
Oh,
don't even
I
what
don't know.
happened.
I just saw it on the news when I was walking by the TV in the break room today.
Today? They got shot today?
No, they were talking about it today because it was over the weekend. Today's Monday
Okay.
on the news. Yeah, no, this guy fucked up if he's in Chicago. If you're gonna shoot yourself in the leg, you want to do it here in Florida. You only need a driver's license to have a pistol here and carry
Daytona
it around.
specifically.
No, the whole state.
I'm just saying that because it's really Daytona activity to do that.
A suburban man facing firearm charges after he told officers he accidentally shot himself in the leg while dreaming that an intruder was breaking into his home, police said. The man was charged about 2 months after deputies were called to his home on April 10th about a person with a gunshot wound. 62-year-old man with a gunshot wound to one of his legs applied a tourniquet to the limb because he was losing a significant amount of blood before being hospitalized. Jesus Christ.
I think he explains the dream.
Oh, here we go. The man told investigators he had a dream that someone was breaking into his home, and during the dream he retrieves his .357 Magnum revolver and shot at who he believed was the intruder. When he fired, he shot himself and apparently woke up from the dream, police said. He fucking the .357 revolver. He's lucky his leg didn't blow off entirely.
That's
a massive revolver. The barrel of that thing's like this long.
I've had some crazy dreams.
Blown his own goddamn leg off for that. That is quite the gun to shoot yourself in the leg with.
And then went to the police afterwards.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? You need medical help
Not
at
the
that
police,
point.
though.
Well, they come in. If you get shot, they come to you and the hospital. If you get shot, they come to the hospital, and they're immediately coming.
Damn.
They are showing up immediately, interviewing. All right, what the fuck happened here?
An idiot.
Oh, I shot myself in the leg. He didn't have a pistol permit.
Yeah, he didn't
I guess
have one.
you
and
need
then he got
one.
arrested immediately, or arrested after they fixed his leg and shit.
He had one, but it was expired and reckless. So he had an expired card and reckless discharge of a firearm, and those are. So he's charged with 2 felonies.
I mean, it's not his fault.
2 felonies he was
How is it
charged with.
reckless? Do you think it's reckless?
I mean, if you're out here fucking firing guns off in your sleep, you probably shouldn't just have a loaded firearm next to you at that point. You are in Chicago, though, where you need a loaded gun more than fucking anything. When I was at the, I think it's the name is O'Hare, either O'Hare or Midway, whatever the fucking one was in. Both of those two suck, those airports. But, I was there for a little bit, so I went and walked around Chicago for a little while.
Yeah.
My fuck. There's only a few times in my life that I've thought to myself, I wish I had a loaded gun right fucking now. Chicago was once, Syracuse was the other. Syracuse, New York. Syracuse, New York, I was walking around and there was 8 guys around a burning car, and all of them looked over at me at the same time and just started going, "Hey, come here. Get over here. Hey. And I thought to myself, fuck what I would do for a loaded gun right now.
Oh my God.
A loaded gun with one in the chamber. Anything.
You'd have to have a heavy license in both those places to not go to jail.
Yeah, New York especially, yeah. That is true. Syracuse, if I can... They'll cut your dick off if you fucking get caught with a gun there. Shit, Plaxico Burress shot himself in the leg, I believe, in New York. He was playing for New York at the time, and he did prison time for it. Shot himself in the leg in a nightclub. Just fucking bumping and grinding, and bam!
Idiot.
Probably probably
Didn't that
the
happen in 8 Mile? Didn't someone
little
shoot
bit
their
of
dick
bump
off or
and
something?
grind. That was probably the song he was bumping and grinding to. My mind's telling me no, but
Needs to also
my
tell him no.
body's telling me yes.
Didn't that happen in 8 Mile?
I
I think
don't
I asked you
see
that
nothing
before. You
wrong
know,
with a
answer my
little
question.
bit of bump and
Claus
grind.
just has to
I
sing on
don't see
every
nothing
episode.
wrong with a little bit of bump and grind. I was thinking about R. Kelly today, actually. I don't know if somebody got shot in the leg in 8 Mile. It's been a long time since I've seen that
Someone
movie.
got shot in the dick in that movie or the
Probably.
leg.
Seems like something an Eminem movie would have. It's been a while since that
We should
one.
watch that.
Yeah, it's okay. He won an Oscar for it, I believe. But I was thinking about R. Kelly today because they played one of his fucking great hits on the radio today.
Please.
Do you know what it was? Can you take a guess? What? It's crazy to
Trapped
me.
in the Closet 1.
No.
Trapped in the Closet 2.
No.
Trapped in the Closet 3.
No.
Was it Trapped in the Closet 4? Which
It
one
was
was it?
not, but it was I'm about to play it for you here. What we
Okay.
get the speaker. About to play it for you after these ads. But it was the classic hit right here. I believe I can fly.
Like, he is so dumb.
What a stupid fucking song.
No, literally.
It's so dumb. Oh my god, and the amount of people rocking to this at work. Oh my god. On the radio. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Must have been. I was if I could if I just believe it. There's nothing to it. Believe I can fly.
Did Claus just try to hit a
I
run?
believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night.
Do you know the parody to that? Like that us little black kids would run around and sing?
How's it go?
It was I believe I can fly. I got shot by the FBI. All I wanted was a chicken wing
All I wanted was
a
a
chicken wing from Burger King. I think it was something like that.
Burger King, no.
I know.
That's
It
terrible.
was so dumb. We used to run around singing that.
Oh man, that's one that always plays into my point. They will happily play an R. Kelly
Oh
song
my
on the
god.
fucking radio.
So my dad's side of my
And that
family
man is in prison for rape.
for rape. My dad believes he doesn't do it.
In
My
prison.
you know what my dad said to me?
Why would a hog die?
My dad was like, "Oh, he didn't do it." I'm like, "Dad, why do you think he didn't do it?"
Has he not watched the interview?
My dad was like, "I believe that if he did it, he had access to all those women. At least one of them would be white." I was like, "Dad, you can't just be saying that out loud."
He's got a point. He's
I
got a
was like-
point. That's the best point I've ever heard anyone make
I was like,
on
"Dad,
that behalf.
wow."
R. Kelly, that is true. A guy
Like,
like
at
that,
least one of them
at
would be
least
white.
a lot of them would have been white.
I was like, I mean, you are a black man. You do have the mind of a black man, so I can't tell you no. So I was like, oh, shit.
No, you've seen that interview.
Yeah,
That
I
man
know,
is
I
so
know.
guilty. He's
So
like,
guilty.
one of them accused me of hog tying.
Why would a hog tie?
I don't even know how to hog tie. Why would a hog
Why would a
tie?
hog tie?
That is the fucking reasoning behind a man who has hog tied someone right there. My fuck.
Oh my god. Yeah, my dad's side of that family loves R. Kelly with a burning
I
heart. My
believe
aunts will
I can
defend him.
soar.
Like, oh, he fine. Them girls know they want it. Like, yeah, that shit gets crazy over there. I'd be like, this is not.
That man about to fly his way into prison, if anything.
That's my Black American side of my family.
Oh my god. Who are the white? Who do we forgive? The whites. Who's our rapist that we forgive?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's not a raper. He just likes
Child molester.
No, he's not.
Or
He likes
child-
girls that are 23, and
Okay,
he
younger.
dumps his girlfriends the
Is
second they
y'all-
turn 30. I used to think
have
that
somebody.
I could not.
Did y'all
go
forgive Harvey
on.
Weinstein?
Fuck no, that guy. No, because that's See, the thing is, Harvey Weinstein, he went after white blonde women for the most part. And who has more power in the world than anyone?
Scarlett
White
Johansson.
blonde women. She was probably one of them that he fucked. I think he did fuck Scarlett Johansson. It was
But
definitely the
Scarlett
girl.
Johansson's Asian.
Definitely the girl from the Hunger Games was one of them. Jennifer Lawrence, I think is her name.
Yeah, that's true.
He fucked her a
He
lot.
has more power in the world than anyone.
Honestly, who has more power in the world than a white blonde woman?
Hillary Clinton.
It's a white blonde woman.
Shit.
She's kind of a dirty blondish, but type color.
Close
I'm not
enough.
sure, but yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, that's what I mean. They're in
Now I'm
charge.
trying to think of y'all white rapists. that
Let's
y'all
look up. Let's
forgive.
go ahead and give it a Google. White rapists, because there's our two big ones we lost lately were Danny Masterson and Drake Bell.
Drake Bell was like a big white person that y'all liked.
No, but that's just a classic taken away.
I'm gonna say I don't think that.
I guess, man, I don't know who are. Do we have any?
That y'all forgive. Y'all have them, but do y'all
There's
forgive
gotta
them?
be Trump, I guess.
A
Trump
little
would be the
bit.
big one.
Yeah.
Trump would be the big one. He'd be
Yeah.
raping apparently.
Yeah.
He got what is it? Convicted in civil court
Oh,
of it, but you need less.
he gives that though.
The CIA also got convicted of killing Martin Luther King in civil court to give you like a barrier as to what can be ruled in civil court. I mean, they definitely did kill him, but they had enough evidence to get it in civil court because you only need like 20% of the evidence you need in civil court as you do legal court, whatever, federal court.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the CIA. That's always an interesting one to look. Every time I start to look, it'll be a couple months. I'll be like, no, maybe they didn't kill MLK, and then I'll Google it for like 2 seconds and be like, oh yeah, no, the CIA definitely killed MLK. There was 74 witnesses. What's the guy's name that killed him? James Earl Ray or something like that? Is that
No idea.
who killed? Let's do a
You were
quick little
asking
hey
the wrong
Google.
person.
Who killed Martin Luther King? Allegedly, even though the King family says he didn't. But where's this? Come on, I want to know the guy's name. What is the name of the assassin that murdered Martin Luther King Jr.?
That is such a boomer way of searching.
Well,
that.
when I didn't ask it, James Earl Ray. Yeah, James Earl Ray. They always have 3 fucking names, which I've said in other episodes. But
yeah,
there were 73 or 74 witnesses who said it was a man other than James Earl Ray that they saw go and kill Martin Luther King. And there was one witness who said that he saw James Earl Ray. And when they in court, when they asked him about it and they showed him a picture of James Earl Ray, he said, "Oh no, that's not the guy that did it." And he was drunk at the time while he saw him. He goes, "That's not the guy I saw." And they go, "But that's the man you pointed out and said it was him." He goes, "Oh, well, he must have looked different from behind at that time." And that's just one piece of evidence that I remember. There's a bunch of shit.
And now it's in history forever on
yeah,
Google.
the King family. The King family is actually who sued the CIA in civil court and got it.
Damn.
To it was right after James Earl Ray died too. So, but anyway,
that is crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of craziness coming out. What topics you have me when we come back from our first little break here? Because I've got to take a pee.
Well, go enjoy your pee.
Oh, tell me what we got because we got another minute. So, what do we got? So what's the setup? Oh wait, we were What? Just tell me one. Tell me one. I want to know so I can think about it while I go pee.
Fine. We have Amy Schumer being turned away from the Barbie movie.
That's good enough for me right there. Amy McFat Bitch Schumer.
Oh,
of course she wasn't gonna play the fucking Barbie. Of course she wasn't gonna play the Barbie. That. What did they? She showed up to set and they realized that there wasn't a single Barbie swimsuit that she could fit into, and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry. We thought you were gonna come in shape. We thought you would have known." You're going to be Barbie. You should get into somewhat of shape. You're 300 pounds now. You showed up 300 pounds with 5 chins. You have to leave. We're sorry. We're replacing you with fucking Jennifer Lawrence.
It was Margot
she
Robbie.
fucked her way here. Who?
Margot Robbie.
Who's that?
I don't even know. The UK lady that was in the Joker movie, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I don't watch that fucking nonsense. Anyway, I'm going to go pee and we'll be right back. All right, I looked it up. Margot Robbie is the bitch from the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
She was his second
that's
wife.
another one. And
Yeah, she ruined that last Quentin Tarantino movie. That lady, so she sucks too. What was that? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She ruined that movie.
no idea what that movie is.
It would have been so good if they just cut her entire part out of the whole thing. If they just took
That
her
is
whole
horrible.
point, all of her in the movie, and just condensed it down to like 5 minutes, and then took out the other like hour that she's in the movie, it would have been so much better.
Damn.
Just edit her out, and it would have been. There were so many worthless scenes with her.
Who
in
would
it.
you cast as the Barbie instead?
Well, you know, I'm gonna want a black Barbie all day.
Period.
And Meg the Stallion would be my black
that
Barbie.
That would be a good one.
Because if they're gonna get somebody who's already a shit actress like Margaret Robbie, then fucking just throw somebody who has never even acted before. Who is the thickest, darkest actress? Let's look that up. Thickest, darkest actress. What do we got? Who is the thickest, dark skin actress? Who do we have? Let's see. Who do we have? I don't really know too many. 10 curvy of women. 10. Oh, here we go. 10 curvy women of color who aren't Queen Latifah or Monique. Here we go. Who should be in a rom com. Perfect. They had put this list right here for us. Oh, man. Those are some big, big ladies, though. These are some big, big ladies. That is a big, big girl. Daniel Brooks. That is a big, big girl there. No, we don't mean this big.
Okay, what about
Dasha
I think like Coco
Polanco?
Jones. Let me show you Coco Jones.
I want someone whose career. Somebody needs to get a boost to their career. My God, look at Gabori. Look this up.
Stop it. She's Precious. That's the lady
That's
from Precious.
how do you say that? She should definitely not be the Barbie. Precious. Loretta Devine. These are just fat women. These aren't thick women.
You know that's what was going to come up.
That's not at all. I'm trying to find a thick queen that's an actress.
I think she's a good option.
She looks too old.
She's young. She's
How
like
old is
25.
It's too old to play the Barbie. We need
Margot Robbie's 36.
Well, I especially don't like that. Well, fuck it. Coco Jones, then. We'll just go with her.
Normani. Bitch from...
We'll go Coco Jones. Normani's not even thick like that.
Normani's pretty thick.
She's not really thick. I mean, that is kind of a Barbie build, though. Normani? Let's go her. We want Normani to play. But she's not an actress either.
We have, like, similar asses. She's considered to be thick.
I meant more of an actress.
She acts.
She does? Then put Normani.
She's more of a singer.
Put Normani in there. We want her to be the new Barbie.
That's a good one.
A black Barbie would have been so much better than a fucking stupid white blonde bitch Barbie. We've had enough. But like the point I've made before, they don't change the white blonde women movies. They ain't changing those. When they're like, oh, you guys want a Disney princess? Take our Ginger. That's our dark skins of the white community as gingers. We toss them. Oh, have our Ginger. You guys... We're not giving you Cinderella or Alice in Wonderland or Rapunzel. No,
they might make Rapunzel Indian, though, I heard. Like South Asian.
Yeah, the Indians are on the come up. Since Millie Callan got on that fucking Ozempic and lost a bunch of weight and looks scary again, and people are like, no, she's hot. No, she's hot. As if she's not a rectangle of an ugly woman. No, she's hot. Because she fucking took a bunch of drugs to get skinny. Now the Indians are going to be back on it. Because she's already been ruining Scooby-Doo and other bullshit. So it's time for her to ruin Rapunzel.
Rapunzel was not even a good...
Yeah, you're right. Anyway. Rapunzel. She should have... Rapunzel got a weave, god damn it. There ain't no way she grown her hair that long. That's a weave. She should be a black woman.
She's Indian, though.
She should be a black woman. Yeah, Indian women are extremely hairy. They are as hairy as it gets. You are... It's just going to be her pussy hair. It's just going to be Rapunzel, let down your Indian bush. And it's fucking so fucking long. It's an extremely long Indian bush. That would be that would be realistic. If it was Rapunzel's Indian fucking bush and it was 40 feet fucking long, that would make sense. There ain't no pulling that hair out. So yeah, maybe she should be fucking Indian. Let's get an Indian. Rapunzel, I don't want Bob's and Vagine from your Rapunzel, please. I very, very want to get up in the tower with you, baby girl Rapunzel. Baby girl Rapunzel, please let
Goodbye
down
to
your
the
bush.
people who hated
Yeah.
me.
Rapunzel, I very, very need you to let down your bush. Let down your bush, Rapunzel. I want to see your bobs and vagine in the
Holy
tower.
shit.
Baby
Woo!
girl.
That was too much. Jesus. But yeah, Amy Schumer got
Should have
mad.
that segment one. Fuck. Should have opened the show up with that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Fuck, where'd my phone go? You had me laughing so hard I
Oh,
lost my phone with all the topics on it. Oh, here it is. Anyways, but apparently Amy Schumer got turned away from the movie for creative differences.
creative differences. Okay.
It says it in quotation marks.
They're like, Amy, we don't want you telling shitty jokes that you stole from people 20 years ago that you've ruined now on our movie. We just want to kind of it to be about Barbie. And she's like, what? Oh my God, I can't talk about my disgusting vagina on here like my comedy special. She literally, Amy Schumer is the producer, writer, and star of the lowest rated movie in the past 20 years, comedy.
Shit.
She is the producer, host, star, and writer of the worst or the lowest rated FX show
Mm.
in the past 20 years, which had the most stolen jokes ever in it. Ever.
Mhm.
She is also the owner, writer, and producer of the two lowest rated stand up comedy specials of all time. So, yeah, they're not going to want your creativity, Amy Schumer. You're fucking terrible at it. You can't write a joke or a script or a line to save your life.
Do you think
Just show up and be fat and get paid. You're rich as shit from being a fat blonde white woman because they can shoehorn you into anything. Because your name's Amy Schumer. You have a come on. You're a
do you
is
think
that
they
a
ever
Jew name? Is she a
Schumer?
Jew?
Let me check.
Is Schumer a Jew? This would make so
Well,
much
Schwartz is definitely a
goddamn
Jew.
sense if
Let's
Amy
look it up.
Schumer's part Jew. This would all it would make sense to me now. Is how the fuck she? Because I always think to myself, how the fuck is Amy Schumer? Just look up, is Amy Schumer a Jew? Is Amy Schumer? What is she?
Right.
Is Amy Schumer? That sounds like a Jew name to me. Schumer? Come on.
Is Amy Schumer Jewish?
She's got to be. That's the only way she could be in these movies. Identify. Yep, she's Jewish.
Mm.
Right there. That's how
Mhm.
she's in these fucking movies. I always wondered, how the fuck does Amy Schumer get hired onto this shit? She's unfunny. She's ugly. She's stupid. She's fat. She can't act. How is she getting hired? How is she famous? I never got it. Paris Hilton, she's ugly too, but her parents were rich.
Right.
Now Amy Schumer, she has Jew parents. Now she had
I don't.
connections.
Oh
She
God.
had connections to get in there.
Well.
This will get took down off YouTube now.
Oh
If
fuck.
it gets reported, if you say anything about the Jews, they take it down immediately.
Yeah. So let's definitely.
All that shit about
Let's
Indian people, they
scurry
won't give
into.
a fuck about. But
Right. Let's try to
and now that
scurry
I'm
into
calling them
something
out
else.
on it, though, especially
Oh my
my
God.
best episode I've
Please.
ever made,
Please.
it'll be on Spotify.
That's true.
It'll be on
That's
Spotify
true.
if you're ever
That's
looking
true.
for it. They
That's
don't give a
true.
fuck over there.
But
They can't give a fuck because fucking Christ. If they drew the line there, I'd be like, just look up any lady rapper now. Every song is just like pussy, 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 dick, pussy, dick in my ass, pussy, pussy, dick, dick, bitch, dick, bitch. I love dick. Buy these brands. This is my favorite brand. I got a dick in my hand while I buy my favorite brands. That's
God.
every fucking song now,
But
and it's my
they have
favorite
not
genre.
brought up the Jewish
My favorite genre by
in
far.
any of those songs.
A couple of them did. They're gone now.
Mm,
They're gone
true.
now.
Do you think Amy Schumer was ever called Fat Amy because of that movie, Pitch Perfect?
That's a different girl that plays Fat Amy.
I know, but do you think that like she was ever called Fat Amy?
They probably just called her Fat Amy growing up for being
and then that
fat.
was just like
and she like
the cherry on top that probably made her angry.
I don't know. She probably loved it. Oh my God, fat women in roles. We deserve to be represented. You need to represent me. Represent my fat body on the big screen. You need a bigger screen to show my big fat body. Fucking Christ. I need representation. White blonde women are not represented enough. We need a Barbie movie where I'm fat. Represent me. Not enough.
Oh,
Not enough representation for white blonde women. Eh. Oh my God. You know what? I want an action movie where the star, I want it to be a lady on lady action movie where it's just going to be a dark skinned lady who can do like backflips and shit.
Yeah.
So, for some reason, a corporation ran by white blonde robot women has stolen her child or something. They've stolen her because they're like, this will be the perfect
Those are
baby.
tired
I've
of this
got it.
type.
I've got it. I've got it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, dark skinned mom and her baby. They steal away her baby to do commercials because they're like, perfect, we can sell the dark skinned baby, and they try to slave her out in commercials. And the mom is constantly trying to get there, and nobody believes her that they've stolen her baby. So she just goes on an absolute rampage. Just fucking what she's gonna have? What are her weapons gonna be? A samurai sword,
Yeah.
and she needs a sweet gun, a big gun. I feel like the Desert Eagle's overplayed, but
Maybe a
it's
shotgun.
almost due for a comeback. Oh, a shotgun, a sawed-off shotgun, double barrel boy, and she just boom boom. She can have one of those, and then just like a rifle, some type of rifle thing,
Who
and
are some of the
pistol.
blonde women that you'd cast?
Amy Schumer. She's gonna be the head bitch in charge of this guy.
Amy
Gwyneth
Schumer.
Paltrow should be in charge. Blow her fucking head off.
Didn't she make like pussy candles?
She did. She made pussy scented candles, but it didn't smell like pussy at all.
And then it like didn't sell well either.
No, they said it was like, because it was just like what's that? Something wood.
Sandalwood?
Sandalwood. It was just basically sandalwood scented, and she's like, "This is what my pussy smells like." It's like, no,
I don't
it's
think
not.
anybody
Your
wanted
pussy
to know
smells
that.
like fucking dust and mothballs and Vagisil, you fucking old hag.
Mothballs.
And fucking
Oh my god.
slathered on with Vagisil, you fucking whore.
Put a hint of baby powder.
Disgusting. Fucking. I think Weinstein tried to rape her. I think the story with that one is he was about to try to rape her, and then fucking Brad Pitt like kicked the door in and like shoved him against the wall and was like, "Come on," because he was fucking her at the time. He was fucking her back then.
Oh wow, that's interesting as well. But
got another topic.
I do
Anything
have more
else?
topics.
Another topic. Want to take a ride on your
Disco stick. We have the teen boy girl story that I wanted you to read.
Teen boy girl story.
Here you go.
All right. Teenage girl who pretended to be a boy for sex duped second girl, court told. What? Hold on, I gotta read that again. Teenage girl who pretended to be a boy for sex duped second girl, court told.
What does duped mean? Like
You duped
tricked
them,
her?
you fooled them.
And okay, go ahead.
Is on trial and for 17 sexual. Oh my god, she's on trial for 17 sexual offenses after allegedly deceiving short-sighted girl. What's her vision have to do with this? A teenage girl pretending to be a boy, which I mean, see her fuck up is that she didn't steer into it harder. If she's like, I am a boy, I feel like a boy, I am a boy, who are you to tell me I'm not a boy? She wouldn't have got caught with this bullshit. That's where she fucked up. That's where she fucked up.
Maybe.
If she would have been like, I am a boy, I'm a boy, what are you fucking talking about? I'm a boy, I feel like a boy, I think I'm a boy. They'd have just been like, you know what, you're free to go. You can leave.
Yeah, she's blonde, so that would have worked for her too.
Georgia Billum, 21. She's 21. It said teen. Anyway, is on trial at Chester Crown Court for 17 sexual offenses after allegedly deceiving a teenage girl into sex by pretending to be a boy. All right. The alleged victim, who can't be named, insists she did not consent to having sexual contact with a girl. I am not gay. She says she believed Billum was a boy. During Pride Month, yeah. She says she believed Billum was a boy called George Perry, obvious fake name, who had anxiety and claimed to be paranoid because he was mixed up with Albanian drug dealers. What? Is this fake? Is this a fake article? This is a reputable news source. Billum was approximately 15 or 16 when she first posed as George online, but 19 when the alleged sexual activity took place.
Wow.
How many times? If it's 17 counts, that means there was more than one time. How are you
she was
fooled?
just catfishing
How are
people.
you? No, it's the same lady. How are you fooled more than once that you're not getting fucked by a man? How does that work?
Maybe she bought like a strap on and like
how did she not realize it was a strap on? It's like, oh, this cold thing.
It's not cold.
It's not. They're not cold.
No.
Colder than a pee-pee.
I mean, well, if she's 17, maybe it was her first time.
Jeez, I don't know. How would you
imagine tricking someone with a strap?
Whenever the pair met,
That's a
Billum,
lot.
who is from Chester, disguised her long blonde hair by keeping her hood up, even when in bed. She wore male clothing and put on a deep voice.
Why
When
not just cut the
Birmingham,
hair off if
with
you're
a
going that
Birmingham,
far?
she put on a British male accent, is what she would do. Because
That is so
the
funny.
court heard and always took her alleged victim's glasses off as soon as they met. So she would meet up with with the lady, do a
Mhm.
deep British voice, and take her glasses off for him. But oh, hello, hello, governor, and fucking take her glasses off for some reason was her move.
Oh
Now you
wow.
can't see me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
On Thursday, another young woman told the jury she too had met George online in 2021 when he added her on Snapchat.
Mm.
Nikita Huge, 22, said she was 16 when they first started chatting. She said she called him Brummy George because of his accent and met him once. After a failed attempt to meet him in Nando's, whatever the fuck that is, shopping center,
I know what
she
that is.
told police that there was something strange about George. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I had no idea he was a girl. How the fuck? This is such a long article. Do I have to read the whole thing? I think I've got
I think we
the.
got the point. I think we should just discuss
I
it
want to
from
see
there.
pictures of these people. George. Where's George? Is that George? We got to look up. Okay, what's the name here? Georgia Billum. Georgia Billum. Let's look up
Georgia
Georgia
Billum.
Billum here. Georgia.
And then not
Georgia.
an
Let's see.
idiot.
Georgia Billum. This. I mean, she's got a flat ass, if that fooled them into being a boy.
I mean, her face kind of gives boy a little bit.
I guess, yeah, especially a little tiny bit, but it's a little boyish. I guess you could fuck it. I mean, Christ, if these men with huge schlongs are tucking it all the way into their ass and buying clothing at Target to look like women, I don't see why she could pretend to have one instead. You know, fuck it.
I guess I
Yeah,
don't know.
she is one ugly fucking girl though, huh? No wonder she had to fucking take to trying to rape other girls.
That is
She
just
is
the
ugly.
craziest
Woo!
shit that
That
I've
is an
heard of.
ugly
Cause
duckling.
what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, no
You
matter
go in a
how,
bitch's house with a strap
I
on
guess
and
she's
raping them?
is a lesbian. I guess is
That is
what
a lot.
I like. How the one girl, this all came out because she was like, I didn't like. She's like, I would have never had sex with a woman knowingly. I am not gay. I am not gay. Anything but that. Anything but calling me gay. That
Oh
is
my
not me.
god.
No, no, I am not gay.
Like, girl, you could have just came out and just like went on a lesbian dating app.
Little, you could have got plenty of lesbians. Just they don't care that you're ugly. There's lots of uglier lesbians that get way hotter lesbians to date them. You see ugly lesbians with hot lesbians all the time.
Mm.
All the time, especially in the military. Oh my god, a lot of the lesbian military ladies, they'd show up like military as fuck,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'd have like an actual like stay at home wife that was dainty, and you'd be like, my god, they're trying so hard to be the man. There's a comedian who tells a joke about that like, and they were always angry like the butch lesbians.
Mm.
He's like, and then I understood they
Mm.
also have to deal with women, so they're just upset just like us men.
Oh my god. I did have a lesbian Uber driver the other day, and she did give very much stoic and angry. And her girlfriend was calling her back to back to back on the
Oh
phone.
my
And she was
god.
like, I'm sorry, I have to answer this. And she
Oh my
answered it,
god.
and she just seems so annoyed.
I have to listen to this other woman.
Chew her out.
That would be a
What
tough
are you
one.
doing? What's going on?
That would be a tough one.
I'm driving mama in the Ubers. Is there a girl in the back of the Uber? Yes. Oh, why didn't you call me? Yeah, that's how the conversation went, and I'm
I
just
would
like,
hate to be a lesbian.
it's a lot.
I would hate so much to be a lesbian. Having
Yeah.
to be a woman and deal with women, that would be hell.
I feel like dealing with women is a highlight of
That
most
would be
men's lives, so
hell.
you can shut up.
But I mean, like you're always like you pretty much only are talking to women at that point.
A lot of them have guy friends.
Some of them, yeah, not a lot of them. Some of them.
I feel like lesbians and straight men are like
I mean,
black women and gay men.
not all the time. There's a
Really?
few, the butch ones,
Exactly.
but that's not a ton of them.
I feel like there's more
And
butch Mexicans, no?
a lot of them still just kind of present themselves that way. But at the end of the day, they want to just like garden and do things that like, they still like to go and do girly activities.
Gardening is not girly.
Gardening.
I feel like if a man gardened, that'd be really sexy.
If a
That'd be
man
so
garden, he's
cute.
probably from South America.
That
If a
is
man
so cute.
gardens.
If you have a plant and you have a like fruits growing
No,
and shit
because
like
if a
that.
man is gardening and he doesn't just immediately go, I gotta step this whole fucking thing up to a full blown farm, it's not a real man.
That's what I'm saying. A nice little
A real
farm.
man will step that shit up
And
to a
then you
full
growing
blown
weed on the
farm.
side because I need a little bit of bad side to you, you know.
Men aren't gardeners. Men are farmers. All right, a garden that's for girls. Men, we
That
need
is
a
the
whole
same
fucking farm.
thing.
A farm is a big operation with machinery. If
Oh,
there's not machinery involved in your gardening, you have a vagina. You have a vagina.
a vagina.
A vagina.
You know how many times I heard that
Yeah.
in my life?
Oh my god, it's vagina. Vagina Brown.
Stop playing with me. But yeah, I thought that was an
Where's
interesting.
Jana? Turn the lights off.
Stop playing with me.
You hate that one.
That's not funny. All that just for years later. Apparently, I'm not dark skinned. Like, what the hell?
You're not that dark.
That's
You're brown.
so
You're
annoying.
definitely brown skinned. Would you disagree with me?
I
would say
identify as
you
a dark
brown
skinned.
skinned, baby.
I identify as a
Brown skinned, baby.
I identify as a dark
Girl,
skinned
you
black
brown
woman.
skinned. I know some people that would call you light skinned.
You always say this to me, and I just don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Shit, you get deep enough into like Mississippi or something, and you just where all the black people wear overalls. You're gonna
Yeah.
be light skinned to them.
I feel like even some parts here in
You
Florida.
stumble upon some because it's more diverse here. You stumble upon some bodunk
Mm,
overall wearing black folk.
mm.
You're light skinned to them. I promise. I promise.
And where, Mississippi?
Mississippi, Alabama.
Mm,
What are some of those other states in that fucking area? Missouri.
mm.
Fucking Texas.
Fucking Texas.
Texas. Not
That
as
is
much
true.
in
They
Texas. But
they used to call Megan Thee Stallion a red bone, and that's like a lighter
yeah.
term for women in the black community.
In Houston,
Yeah,
she'd be light skinned. She's from Houston.
Yeah.
In Houston, I'm light skinned.
But right, but in the world, she's definitely like brown skinned.
All right, what else? You got another topic? Are we burning through them?
We are burning through them. We're burning through them kind of faster than I thought, but we're almost at the last segment, anyways. And then we can bring up the
I can fire in there real quick.
What?
Look up because I'm not 100% positive. Can you look up NBA Finals MVP for me? I believe it was Nikola Jokic, which I want to say if it is
NBA Finals
MVP. They robbed him of the regular
MVP.
season MVP. He should have got it 3 years in a row. They robbed
Nikola
him. Yeah,
Jokic.
he should have got the regular season, but the Finals MVP is more important. We have taken over the NBA, boys.
Oh, he's tall as hell.
The white boys are the best players now. We have the best dunker.
Oh,
we have the best player. The
Oh,
best. We don't have the best shooter yet. He's only half white.
Oh,
The best shooter's half white.
Close
but
enough.
We have taken back over. The NBA is ours, boys. It's ours.
And
The National Brothers Association is now.
That's what it's called?
No, it's the National Basketball Association.
I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. Oops.
We got the best players. We're back. The best wide receiver who had the best season ever out of a wide receiver last year, Cooper Kupp, white guy. We're taking sports over. Aaron Judge hit a fuck ton of home runs. He got up there with like the steroid era guys. White guy, I think.
I feel like all the black guys have to retire for y'all to get there, though.
Actually, Aaron Judge might be half black because he kind of has Anthony Smith syndrome where you're like, you are white, but everything else about you looks like you should be a black man. Then you look up their dad.
And then it's giving full Negro.
Yeah, Aaron Judge. Let's see.
Oh, shit. Can I say that on YouTube?
I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay.
This guy right here. Give that guy a scroll.
Oh, I know him.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think he's like.
I follow him on Instagram.
He might be the best baseball player right now.
He's half black.
He's half black.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have that one, but we don't got that one.
I think that's like one of my celebrity crushes. Judge. I follow him on Instagram.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
He's probably a cool dude. I don't know anything about this guy besides I've never heard him talk anything. And I used to watch the Yankees a ton when I was younger.
Mm.
I don't know why. I just because my dad watched baseball. I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it. God, that was a. It's a after getting into MMA, you cannot go back to baseball. I do know some
I
guys that watch both, but
agree with that.
fuck.
I feel like you kind of got me more into MMA after watching it.
Oh my god,
Every
shit!
other
Especially after
sport,
this weekend, you cannot watch Marvin
yeah,
Vittori versus Jared Cannonier and the
and
next
then go
day
watch basketball.
fire up a baseball
For
game
me, even basketball,
or
I can't.
basketball.
I
Yeah,
can't.
you just
But
can't.
playing 2K has been fun though. We've been
2K's
playing
fire.
2K.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
played 3-on-3. It's way better.
that was
I've been
so
saying for
fun.
years the NBA games they need to lose one player. 5-on-5, they're too big and long to have 5-on-5 on that little
A
court.
3-on-3 gives.
4-on-4 would be peak.
4 okay, maybe.
P-on-4, because then you just eliminate the center.
Mhm.
So then you can just have people just charging the basket and dunking.
Period.
You'd get rid of the center, or you get rid of one of the wings, and then that leaves more room to move around the outside.
Mhm.
It would give if they. I think
If they did
4
that.
players would be better. Because think about when they made the rules for basketball, when they had 5 players, it was fucking 5-on-5 white guys. Where the tallest
And
guy was
short.
6'2". Your center was 6'2" back then.
Right.
You wore canvas shoes. Come on, and you literally used a basket to play in. These rules, we need to come on. There's been too
Update them a little bit.
update these a little.
Why don't they update rules
They
in
update. They do.
sports?
They do.
They do?
They vote every year on rules. They change.
Really?
And yeah, yeah, they change the rule just about every year in the NBA or NFL.
I have
Oh,
not seen
NFL
that.
is completely different than it was, and NBA. They're completely different than they were 10, 15 years ago.
Hmm.
If you watch an NBA, you watch a Michael Jordan game, there's teams where he like when he played against the Pistons, they would literally just beat the shit out of him.
Mm.
They would just
Damn.
throw him around and beat him
Damn.
up physically. Nowadays, if you even get close, if you touch them at all, they're shooting foul shots.
Mm.
They punish any type of touching at so much nowadays in the NBA.
All right. So, in honor of Pride Month, what do you think the gayest sport is?
Soccer.
Soccer.
Because half of them run with their hands up in the air while they do it. They'll get near the ball and they put their hands up in the air like as if it's balanced. You ring with your hands in the air. You're a fairy. They've literally freaking dive around and they pretend to get hit.
I got him going.
They're
guys.
so dramatic too.
Yeah.
The soccer players, they think they're like,
I feel like
"Oi,
basketball,
bruv."
they'd be kind of dramatic.
They
too.
are. They're getting there.
Mm.
But for they're going in the direction that soccer is. Soccer's just an older sport. Soccer is literally so flamboyant.
I
Such a
feel like basketball
flamboyant.
is kind of up there too because they be slapping each other's asses like.
Yeah, they do that in all sports.
I know, but like I don't know.
Soccer,
just be giving a little.
They run around with
little
their hands in
sassy.
the air. They blow whistles left and right, and they go
Mm.
with this guy. They literally prance when
What
they
was
run.
that whisper?
I didn't want to
Whistle
actually
burp.
whistle.
Oh.
I didn't want to actually whistle, and then I started to burp into the fucking mic. I was like, if I whistle into this, that'll sound terrible.
Sorry, listeners.
Yeah, that'll sound terrible when we listen back. But it's just
keep going.
they
keep
prance around the field. They
Yeah.
freaking pretend to be injured. They are so dramatic in the interviews afterwards. They're all little divas, and they have just skinny little upper bodies.
I'm thinking of the soccer players that I know, like from high school, and you're
Who's the
basically
biggest one?
describing them.
Nimoy or whatever? Is he the best one? Nimoy?
I thought it was like
Nemo?
David Beckham or something.
No, he's older now. I
Or
think
like
some guy named Nimoy is the best one.
Messi.
Or him, maybe. Any of them, I wish they would fight me so bad. I would cage fight any of them.
Mm.
If any, like for a lot of professional athletes, I would be afraid to cage fight
Right.
a little bit. If they were like, if they just sent me a contract to fight a professional soccer player, I know that that's like a professional athlete that I could take. Because they are just all lower body, and if you just take that away and they just don't kick me in the head immediately, they've got nothing left. They don't know. They're so not tough, and they're so not used to getting beat up on that if you just made it rough, like if you just put them against somewhere and just kind of rubbed your elbow across their face, they're gonna immediately start quitting on themselves, and you can do whatever you want from there. You could make a soccer player quit on themselves in a fight so quick. That's why I would say it's not gay as in homosexual, gay as in fairy like.
Yeah.
Way.
Yeah, because we fuck with the homosexuals.
Yeah, we love the gays. And special little quick in the last 30 seconds, R.I.P. to my gay uncle.
Oh yeah.
Uncle Andy died on Pride Month in Pride
R.I.P.
Month. R.I.P. That's it
What
for
a
that. We'll put it
great
in the
way to go out.
description. I had mentioned Marvin Vittori versus Jared Cannonier.
Right.
Holy fuck, that fight was wild.
That was a good one.
I don't know how. Just for the uninitiated, don't turn away because this isn't really as much about the specifics of MMA. This one guy looks like an orc, Marvin Vittori, and he has a massive head.
He looks like if
And
Shrek
just
was a
Google
person.
image Jared Cannonier and imagine that guy hitting you in the head 195 times because he landed 195 strikes to Marvin Vittori's head, over 200 and something, 251 strikes total, I think, as hard as he could, wide, just fucking right on the mouth of this guy, and he didn't go down once. This guy went full sloth from fucking Goonies, like, hey, you guys. He went full sloth and just fucking 8 punches
That shit
somehow.
was
I don't know how he did
crazy.
not go down a single time. That guy he must have took years off his life in that fight.
It was very,
That fight
very.
had to have taken years off that retard's life.
It was also very scary to
My fuck,
watch.
that was sketchy. It was like, my god.
How are you not dead?
Yeah, that is borderline like he needs to be studied for how he just took that and was like seemingly fine.
Because that was
I
some
mean, he
tough
was
shit.
getting wobbled left and right, but he never went down.
Down, right, right.
Oh my god, he must have went to the hospital immediately afterwards. I wonder if he's done any
Does he have
interviews
like a
or
concussion or
he
anything?
has to. He has to.
Yeah, he was
Jared
getting his
Cannonier hit
ass.
so fucking hard.
And I wouldn't even say like.
He
Do you feel
hit
like he was getting his
so
ass
hard.
beat? Because it felt like he wasn't really getting his
Oh,
ass
he was
beat.
getting his ass destroyed. He was not landing shit
I don't
against.
know why it felt
He
like he
wasn't
was like
landing shit.
a really tough competitor. Like he was holding his own.
Well, I mean, it just because he wasn't going down is why it looked that way, but
Mm.
he wasn't doing much in return. I mean, he did land like 100 and something strikes himself,
Mm-hmm.
but he got doubled up on the strike count. He was getting very outclassed, and he wasn't landing flush like the other guy was. He had a couple nice ones that landed here and there, but he would land one,
Yeah.
and Cannonier would just unleash 7 punch combos on him.
Afterwards, yeah. But didn't you say that he doesn't really punch properly?
He does. He punches. I was literally pointing that out to you throughout the fight. He
Yeah.
punches incorrectly, Marvin
Maybe
Story.
that's why he wasn't able to get a knockout as well.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's ever knocked anybody out.
Mm.
All his finishes, at least in the UFC, his only finishes are by submission.
Mm. I wish he told me that because I would have definitely picked the other guy.
The other guy's 40. Was why I would have. If it would have been 3 years ago, I probably would have bet $200 on Jared Cannonier in that matchup. I'd been like, Vittori does not move his head and will just get hit this whole fight, and Cannonier just has to just not gas out and keep hitting him.
Mm-hmm.
But him being damn near 40, I was like, he could gas out and Vittori could get him late. But man, you knew his coaches were like,
Yeah.
you are showing up every day
Peak
because
condition.
you are going to have to hit this guy 290 times.
Mm.
He potentially. You may have to hit this guy over almost 300 times as hard as you can.
And that's what basically happened.
Yeah, and he fucking landed he looked so good for being 39.
Mm-hmm.
He looked so good for
He
being
did.
that old.
Didn't even gas out. Wasn't it 5 rounds?
5 rounds, and he was out of breath at the end. He did an interview
Mm-hmm.
on the desk afterwards where he had his head because they're like, let's see your hands, and they were perfect. No, didn't break a hand, no cuts on him, nothing. He was wiggling them around fine. He was like, yeah, my hands were fine. He goes, and I had him do the grappler's wrap. Wrap them for the grappling style hand wraps because there's a couple different ways you can wrap the tape around your hands.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's one so you can move your hands like this more, so you can grapple better. And there's one where it just closes more and it protects your knuckles more.
Mm.
And he had him do him grappler style, and his hands were still fine, which is pretty impressive. Pretty good. But he was literally out of breath like 20 minutes later doing an interview, still like a little like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like
No,
that was a
literally, though,
grueling that was a grueling amount of effort that
Mm.
Cannonier had to put out.
And we were playing video games. I just had to stop playing the game to literally watch because it was just like a car wreck.
Yeah,
It's like
it was
it's
insane.
very scary to
That fight
watch because he's
was
just bleeding
sketch.
everywhere, but it's also like
Wasn't even really that bloody for
I
how
feel like
much
it
he
was
was
kind of
getting hit.
bloody.
He wasn't that bloody for how much he was
Or
getting
his
hit.
face was at least getting swollen.
was swollen
there was
up,
something
yeah.
off that
It was getting
giving me
swollen,
the
but not as
heebie-jeebies.
much as it should have.
Mm.
It was still like, this man needs to be studied. He's got to have the greatest chin of all time. He's only 29 now, so we'll see how it holds up. but he has got to have one of the best
He's
chins
got a
of
Mexican
all
head.
time. That
Got a
Italian
Mexican
fuck
chin.
will not go down.
Oh wow! All right, we can.
So we also watched Transformers: Robots in Disguise. Man, that movie
Yeah, we
fucking
watched it for
sucked,
my
huh?
birthday.
Movie kind of sucked, huh? Yeah, it was James' birthday, the big 2-5.
Period.
Oh my god.
Don't play with me.
20 Fizzle.
Bad bitch.
Looking 7.
7. It's because I have these 2 puffs in. This lady told me that I looked young today too. She was like, I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
It's like, is your mom here?
Not. She didn't do all that. She did not do all
Yeah, we
that.
saw Transformers: Robots in Disguise. I didn't think you could get a worse actress than Megan Fox. I really thought it was like, well, if they get anybody worse than Megan
Whoa.
Fox, they may as well just get an actual porn
Wow.
star. My
Wow.
God, this girl and the guy both were like
I liked the
porno acting.
guy.
He was bad too. That was like,
I think he's just way better looking than Shia LaBeouf.
which he isn't, but anyway, that was
Definitely is.
porno acting level. Where numerous times throughout the movie, they're like, and we're gonna do it because we're from Brooklyn. We're from Brooklyn and we don't quit. People from Brooklyn don't fucking quit. We don't quit.
Y'all New Yorkers do love New York though.
So much. It's such a dump.
You're the only New
Such
Yorker
a
that I know
dump.
that does not
That
like
can
New York.
actually admit that it's a dump.
Every other
The
New Yorker
only
is like,
act
oh, I'm from
self-aware.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn,
The
this
only
bitch,
self-aware
Brooklyn.
New Yorker, and
Like, that's how all y'all be. Just like that.
people from the city. I'm not from the city. Is probably why.
Mm.
People
If you were from the
love
city, you'd
that
be like,
shit.
Brooklyn all day.
Harlem
Queens,
player.
Harlem.
From 113th Street, motherfucker. I'm from Harlem.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a lot.
It's like that shit's gentrified now, dude. Shut up.
Right.
Same with Brooklyn.
But that's kind of, I
Brooklyn
enjoyed
has
the
a
movie.
mayonnaise store. Brooklyn is so fucking gentrified
A
now.
mayonnaise store.
There's a store where they just sell different types of mayonnaise.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
That
literally.
sounds like the most white
That's
shit
what
I've
I
ever heard in my
mean.
life.
Brooklyn is gentrified as fuck.
Oh my god.
Where Brooklyn at? That movie was so trash, but there was a few, and I guess maybe I was just salty because the payoff at the end, which is going to be the sweet robot battle, was like 10 minutes. I was like, dude, I just sat through like an hour and 15 minutes of shit for the robot battle, and you fucked me. There was, I mean, it was like when the car was fucking drifting,
Yeah.
and then he halfway got out of the drift and went from drifting to break dancing and shooting at the same time. That was sick. Give me more of that.
Yeah.
Some type of stuff like that.
I'm
You can
surprised you
do
didn't
a
bring up
lot
the
with
worst part
robot
to you.
cars.
Yeah.
I'll get to that where it lost. It lost a big point for that one.
I love
It lost a big
so
point
much.
for
It's
that
so
one.
funny.
It lost a major point for having Pete Davidson in it.
I
The second I
talk shit
heard
about
that
him.
little queer's fucking voice,
I like him.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He has been in the last fucking 3
Team
movies we watched. He's been in the last 3 movies we watched.
Yeah.
He was in fucking Fast 10.
Yeah.
He was in this shit. What else was he in that we watched?
The Down syndrome basketball movie.
Was he in that?
He was. Wait, was he?
No.
Yeah, he was. I could have sworn he was.
No, he was not.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. wait.
was
It's
in-
coming to me. It's coming to me. White boys can't jump.
White Boys Can't Jump. That's right. He was in the White Boys Can't Jump fucking movie. God,
Mhm.
the last 3 fucking, and those are the last 3 new movies we've seen.
And 2 of the, well, one of them I
3
made you
out of the
watch.
last 4 new movies we've watched.
One of
he's
them I
been
made you
in.
watch.
I'm surprised he wasn't in the Black Little Mermaid. I'm surprised they didn't
What-
fucking slide
what would be his
buttholes in there.
role?
He could have played the fucking weird keeper overseer guy. Even though he would have literally been younger than the fucking guy playing Prince Eric, he looks older than him. Pete Davidson, can you believe he's 29? Yes. Pete Davidson is 29. The guy that played Prince Eric is like 32.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not, baby.
All right, here we go. Prince Eric, new actor.
He's like 20 something.
He is
26.
John Howard King.
Jonah
Howard King. Born in hold on. Oh my God, how am I? Howard. I cannot spell this. King. He's older than me. I know he's older than me.
I don't think
I know he's older than me. How do I? Here he is, Howard King. He's older than me for sure. 95. So he's 28. So he's just a year younger than Butthole Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, still same
Said
idea.
32. I was like, what?
Thought he was
Can't be.
32.
Mm-mm.
I knew he
But
was older than me though. I was like, he's supposed to be like 17, but
no, he's supposed to be like 20 something. Ariel's supposed to be like 7. You know how
that's
these.
fucked.
Yeah, you know how
Ariel's
they
supposed to
are.
be 16.
Yeah,
That's fucked.
yeah.
Why are they all like that? Even if you go back to like
Pedophilia.
even like songs, if you listen to like any song, like rock song in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
it's like she's so young, young girl. I love that young girl.
Even in like Sierra has this song Goodies in the beginning of the rap. They took it out for like radio play, but the guy says so damn fine but so young.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
They love
And
yeah,
she
they
was like
love
18 when it came out. 17, I
yeah,
think.
people love they had to literally make it illegal to get these fucking weirdos.
Oh, talk about that guy on the
Sean
bus.
Strickland.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that was
That was a
I guess
good
some are
one.
on UFC talk. Sean Strickland, who is becoming one of my favorite UFC fighters, not because of his fighting, because his fights are kind of boring. Generally, he's kind of a boring
If you
guy.
can talk shit, that will get claws.
He fights very, very, very defensively most of the time. Unless
Mm-hmm.
he has you like dead to rights outclassed,
Mm-hmm.
he fights very defensively. And like when he fought Jared Cannonier, he got hit maybe 3 or 4 times flush in the head, not
Mm-hmm.
195 times. He was
Did he
not.
win that one or lose?
He won, but he lost. The judges. It was close. It
Mm.
was close. It was very. I did think Jared Cannonier won, because when he does hit you, it is like fuck, compared to
The
Sean
killer
Strickland,
gorilla.
the
Why would
Hilla
you call
Gorilla.
yourself that? Go ahead.
But Sean Strickland, he started a podcast himself. God, I
Mm.
would love him to come on here,
Or
but
for us to go on there.
that'd be
That'd be
fire.
cool.
Yeah, but his co-host was telling a story about before one fight where Sean Strickland was cornering somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
they were on the bus, and it was in Rose Namajunas' last fight, and it's so funny how he tells it because he calls her the wrong name. He's like Rose Maganu or some bullshit. It's like what? But Rose Namajunas, she was the champ at the time. She was a lot of
Yeah.
people's favorite champs.
Is that the ball girl?
She's the bald girl, yeah. She's the one that goes, "I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best" in her corner the whole time
Yeah.
before it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Manifesting.
head case of a lady. She started training when she was like 14, 15, something like that. And when she
fairly
started
young.
training around that time, I believe the story is she started living with one of her coaches at the time.
Mm.
But apparently they didn't start dating till she was 18.
Mm.
But was like 34 and she was like
Mm.
18 when they started dating.
Whoa.
Even then, she was like 30 and she was 14, and he does say like it was love at first sight in like an interview and shit like
she
that.
was.
All this craziness. So Sean Strickland, he's sitting behind him on the bus, and he just kind of leans over the seat, and he's like, "Picture you're sitting in the seat, and there's a man behind you, climbed over the seat, both hands on it, going, so Pat Barry's his name. Pat, how old was she? Come on, Pat, how old was she when you fucked her? Come on, Pat, how
Was
old?
she
We just
next
want to
to
know."
them?
Oh yeah,
Oh
he
my
corners her. He's her
god.
coach. He's in her corner, and he's like, "Come on, we just want to know. Just be honest, man. You don't gotta lie. We just
No,
want to
I'm
know."
saying like were they both sitting in the
Right
chair
there,
when
right in
when
yeah,
Sean
yeah. And
Strickland
he's
did
like
that?
over him like,
Oh
"How come
wow.
on, how old was she?" Because he doesn't give a fuck. He's down to fight Pat Barry.
Right.
If it gets to that point, he knows he'll probably win
Mm-hmm.
at this point because Pat Barry's old and wasn't that really all that good to begin with. And
Holy shit.
he's just like, "How old was she?"
That is so
Right on the
awkward.
way to the fight, on the bus, on the way to the fight. Well, she went out to that fight and she only threw like 2 punches the whole fight. Lost her belt and literally the most boring. I'm not even joking. It is. If you look up the most boring fight in UFC history, it's got to be that one because it was 5 rounds. Because the only other one that was just as bad was Ngannou versus Derek Lewis, and that was only 3 rounds though.
Mm.
This was 5 rounds of no one doing anything.
Wow.
Nothing. She landed 2 punches. The other girl landed 2 takedowns, but they stood right back up and were just back to running around each other.
What the
It
fuck?
was criminally boring. When they had a round where no one threw a punch and no one landed anything, and when it came back, they had Dean Thomas come in for a second, just like as the coach. We're going to hear from the coach, Thomas. Dean, who do you think won that round? He goes, "I think we all lost that round, boys." because it was literally the most boring round in the history of fights.
Was that the fight that happened?
And she lost. It
Oh,
was
shit.
she didn't throw a single punch because Strickland was like got all up in her head, not even for just no reason, I guess apparently.
Damn.
And she hasn't fought since, and they blame him
Wow.
for the loss. Like it was Strickland's fault we lost. It's like I don't know. It's that point.
Is
If
it
it's
Strickland's fault or is
it's
it the
probably
rapist?
yeah, it's probably your coach's slash
That
husband
groomed you.
slash groomer rapist fault that did that to
That
you.
is fucking
She hasn't fought since. Yeah,
disgusting.
she's been.
Wow. Wow.
It's pretty fucked. Yeah, that one will shit. And I bet you when maybe she kind of gets 35, 40, when she's been retired long enough, it'll start to kind of set in like what, or maybe she has a daughter of her
How
own.
old is she?
She's probably 28, 29. She might be 30 now.
Mm.
But once it starts to set in, if she has like a daughter of her own.
Mm-hmm. How old is she? I mean, what's her name again?
Rose Namajunas. If you type in Rose
Mm.
Nam, it'll come right up because it's spelled ridiculous. Then it might set in like, oh no, this guy took advantage of me, and then maybe she'll get divorce him, and that's when like the true fucking story will come out, you know. But maybe
Yeah.
it won't because that's this tale as old as time. People getting married
Yeah,
when
she's
they're
30
14
now.
and shit. Yeah, she's 30 now. They've been together 16 years.
And he's 43. Oh my god, that's weird as fuck. Yeah. Get some pussy your own age.
Yeah, literally, it's fucked.
That's the
Pretty fucked.
that's the premise of this episode. Get
Sean
some
Strickland
pussy
is
your
so
own
fucking
age.
funny though.
Please.
He tells the story so funny when he tells it. Well, because it wasn't even him telling it. It's just
Yeah.
him sitting there while Chris Curtis tells it, and he's like, "Well, I just wanted to know. I just wanted to fucking know, man. Because if you're a dirtbag, just own up to it. Because at least then you're honest. If you're honest and you're a dirtbag, at least you've got that going for you. If you're a dirtbag and you won't admit it to it, and you're a liar, now you're just a full blown scumbag."
See, I don't want to talk.
He's like, if you admit it, there's something there at least to
Right.
garner.
I don't want to talk about, the premise of when she was taught, but it's giving she was like 16.
She was 14 when
I'm just
when it
saying, like, I
started.
feel like it was given
Oh, when
she
he
was
fucked her?
16 when he started.
fucking her
Yeah.
at the latest.
Right. At the
At
latest.
the
is
latest,
16.
she was 16.
At the latest.
The latest. Yeah.
Literally. Oh, so gross. All right, let's go into another topic. You told me that.
Let me give my Transformers rating.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
3 out of 3 out of 5. 5
Well,
out of 10.
I really liked the guy. I really feel like he was
Really?
a good actor. I did.
He was another part that I was like, it just. I hate to do this because it's literally like this. Every show says this now, but it literally felt like they just shoehorned minorities into those spots.
But like, the only reason why I don't agree with that is because like he could easily pass as white.
They just weren't good.
He could easily
at
pass
acting.
as like a white
That's
man.
why they picked him. Well, but I don't know. They did get a fat, dark skinned girl.
She's not fat. She's like a normal sized
She-
woman. Dominic Fishback. She's like a normal
Dominic
size.
Fishback. Her name is Dominic.
Yeah, Dominique.
Dominic Fishback. Well, I like a little extra weight on it, but I believe in that she did look a little.
She's not fat. Like, what the fuck does fat mean to you? Because if she's fat, then I'm fat.
That is no. She could lose.
But she's not fat. That's ridiculous. And that's an old picture.
No, it's not. This is.
No,
That's what
old.
she looked like in the movies.
This is more recent.
That's the same thing. She's just in a different dress. She would look okay if she lost 20 pounds.
I think that's ridiculous. Personally, I think she looks like
She looks like
she's probably like a size 10 in pants. That's like normal.
But it's not that. It's not even. It's not as much the size because it's not like she's a great big fat person. It's how it sits on her because she doesn't have like curves or anything. So her having that extra 15 pounds overweight, it just sits right there in the middle on her, and it makes it kind of. It takes away a lot from how she could look, in my opinion.
But anyways, I like.
So I think they picked her because she has an imperfect body. They picked her because she has an imperfect body, and they
I feel
wanted
like her
to
body is better than half Americans.
It's a low bar.
That's who the movie is going towards.
Half
of the sales of Transformers are probably Americans.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know actually, because the Chinese love a fucking just bullshit movie like that.
Anyways.
The movies like Transformers and Fast and Furious, not even trying to be ridiculous, they sell more in China than they do in the U.S. Those types of movies, because that's why the dialogue is a lot of times just so basic, so that
Simple.
they can just translate it over simple,
Mm.
and then just so they're like, oh yes, oh very good American movie. Oh I like a boom boom
Oh,
pow 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 movie for that being like the big bang bang boom movie of the year of the thing of the
Transformers.
summer, like because that's supposed to be like the big bang 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 movie.
I thought that's Transform. I mean, Fast and Furious.
It had, and that's what I was gonna say is for it. So to me, there should be more boom boom pow in. There should be more boom boom pow
Please
in
never say that
Transformers
again.
than there should be in Fast and the Furious.
Really?
Fast and the Furious was packed with so much more action than Transformers. Transformers is literally, and I mean, same with Fast and the Furious, but it is literally, there shouldn't even be a fucking plot. The plot is literally like, we need to save the day. Just give me just a basic nothingness reason as to why these robots need to fight each other.
Hmm.
The whole point is to watch the robots fight each other with the cool new special effects.
Okay.
It's the whole point of these movies. Give me the best special effects you can get and have the fucking robots fight each other
Hmm.
and transform into cars and race, and now it's a car chase. Now it's a running robot. It goes from car chase to robots fighting back to a car chase to it's supposed to be action. It's
I could get
give
that.
me barely, even in the old cartoon, the plot to the setup would be like 5 minutes to then be like "Bow, bow, 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 bow. Let's fucking fuck up goddamn
But that's
Megatron
not how you make
again."
a movie, though. Like that's just like not gonna go over well with like
What
the
do you
mass majority. I
mean?
feel like personally,
What are you
people want
talking
a
about?
plot.
The plot
People want a
sucked.
story.
Well, it sucked instead. And this one being proud of Brooklyn and having, what even was the fucking plot? Do you remember?
So
Exactly. It was fucking dog shit.
and
The
so,
plot literally should have been
but yeah,
evil robot. I mean, it kind of was evil robot gets a hold of a thing that we're trying to get to save the planet, but they overdo it with like, he's got a thing that's going to end the whole planet. We've got to save the whole planet. I mean, fuck it. I guess if that's
that
the
was literally all the other ones.
but for the first one, for the redos, they're remaking them, and it's the first
But
one with
there's
the
gonna be
new people.
more.
It's what I mean. You can't start with saving the planet right off the rip. You have the planet-eating robot in the first one. In the first one, where are you going from here? The universe-eating robot is next. What is next after the planet-eating robot? How do you have a bigger bad guy than that?
I
That is
mean,
a late stage battle.
that's
You
true.
need to start with saving a city. He's gonna
Mm,
start. Oh my god!
one city.
Yeah, in the first movie, save one city.
Mm-hmm.
The second movie, or one, actually, you know what? The first movie, they should have had that black girl getting kidnapped, and the robots are trying to save her from the fucking. They use the CGI. I've got it perfect. I've already made a better Transformers movie.
Okay. Should
All
I
right,
write it down?
no, because
Okay.
it's recorded right here, right now.
Okay.
All right, the black girl gets fucking kidnapped. They take her to the CGI pyramids of South America, make
Mm-hmm.
them way bigger, and add more of them because this is CGI. And
Right.
the robots are going to be jumping from pyramid to pyramid, smashing into them, destroying the pyramids, fighting each other for the first part. This is the first part, all
Ooh,
right?
I could add to that a little bit. The only because you didn't explain why they stole the black girl. They stole the black
It
girl.
doesn't matter
It
why.
does though. They stole the black girl because you would ask the question if
Because
the
the
movie
black
came
girl
out.
was because she
She
was
has
the
the knowledge
yeah,
of where the All
exactly. She
Star
was the
is.
nerd. She was
Yep,
the nerd that was like hacking the fucking thing
exactly.
and was like, "I'm
Oh,
in."
she knows where the
That
All
shit
Star
was so
is.
gay when she
We
made her
need to.
serious face and it was like doo, 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 while she was hacking like
It's
that
about to
fake
get
computer.
shell shock.
Yeah, I was like,
Sorry.
this is they saved it right there and then by then cutting to the drifting car shooting. That was the best part was the you can save a scene. You can
Oh
save
my
almost any
god.
scene from going from just like garbage like oh my god, I'm dying of cancer to
Literally Rambo.
and I'm like, wait, hold on a
You
minute, hold
just
on,
want Rambo in
don't
every
turn it off,
movie.
don't turn it off. Wait, hold on a minute, wait a minute, hold on. They got me for a second.
You just want
Rambo
Rambo
doesn't
in
have
every
car chases.
but the premise of like
Rambo doesn't have car
let me
chases.
finish. The premise of like literally something crazy happening back or something dumb happening Back into the action. Oh,
In
my
Transformers, yes.
but in general, you just want that in every
No.
movie.
No.
Yes, because not, oh,
There's not a single
my
time I
Asian
watched The
girlfriend
Shawshank Redemption.
dies
No.
and now I gotta kill everybody
There's
because
not a
she's dead.
single time I watched The Shawshank Redemption and thought, you know what, this could use a machine gun. No. I say this movie's fucking perfect
Right.
as is.
Okay, that's
You're
true.
good. Devil Wears Prada. Whenever I watch The Devil Wears Prada, I don't go, you know what,
That is
this
the
needs
gayest
more
movie
action.
you've ever suggested.
That's a good movie.
Your face.
The Devil Wears Prada is a good movie.
Every time I hear this, that does not. That gives a little.
The
That
Devil
gives
Wears
pride.
Prada?
That gives Pride Month.
That's a good movie.
That's
Because
a
it has
movie
a
for the
gay
girl.
guy in it?
That's a movie for the girls and the
There's
gays.
a gay guy movie in every movie.
No, but that's a
What?
movie for the girls and the gays.
That is a movie for straight men to judge the decisions of women. You get to watch a woman make terrible decision after terrible decision.
I've never watched it, but I've only heard like.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I love The Devil Wears Prada.
It's
That's all
so
I've ever
good.
heard.
It's so good.
Maybe we should put that on my list.
It's so good.
of
Let me
movies
give
to
you
watch.
a quick little rundown.
Okay.
So Anne Hathaway, she gets a job
I love her.
as an intern for Meryl Streep at a clothing company. And Meryl Streep is like the lead designer. What she says goes around here. She's the big boss. She knows fashion better than anyone.
She's the big pussy.
She's the Donald Trump of fashion. No one knows fashion better than her in this movie, apparently.
And Meryl
She
Streep.
immediately starts dressing down Anne Hathaway, calling her ugly, saying that she's fat because she's like 1 pound overweight and not like skinny like a model. Saying, oh my God, she's a little fat. You need to get all these clothes. You need to be a good whore, basically, like how I am. And then she's like, this is a nice sweater. Because, no, that sweater's out of fashion. And I told you to wear that as fashion years ago. And because you're wearing it is because of me and all this bullshit, this self-centered hoe that she hates to work for. But she's like a drill sergeant in the fashion industry. She gets her better at her job over time.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of dedicates her life to her work. While Anne Hathaway starts dedicating her life to her work, she starts losing her boyfriend, played by Adrian Grenier, who people say I look like quite a bit, the guy from Entourage. People say, I've heard this quite a bit. I've heard it quite a bit of times.
You look like
they
Ashton
go, wow, you
Kutcher.
look like Adrian Grenier. I've heard like dozens of people say that before. Say, wow, you really look like Adrian Grenier. Well, that's her boyfriend. She goes, fuck you, Adrian Grenier. I'm working on my career. Goes on a big old fucking Paris trip for fashion, fucks some random ass dude, and then goes back and takes Adrian Grenier back and quits her job. And goes,
how do you spell this?
Adrian, Adrian Gren. I don't know. It's like Grenier. IER. Adrian Grenier, something like that. How the
You
fuck
look
I did?
nothing like this man.
What are you talking about? That is me.
You guys look.
I
nothing
am that
alike.
guy.
He's not cute. To
I
me.
am that guy. Not now because he's old, but 20 years ago.
He's not cute.
Look at that. I look like a young Adrian Grenier.
You don't.
You're ridiculous.
And his eyes are piercingly,
you are
scarily
ridiculous.
blue.
I don't look like this man?
He has no lips.
You're telling me I do not look... That is my fucking brother. If I had a brother, it would look like that.
No.
That guy is me.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Not at all.
That guy is me.
This looks like Josh Peck.
I mean, I just do my hair differently. He has Josh Peck's hair.
He has his whole face.
Oh my God, no.
You look more like Ashton Kutcher to me.
My God, Josh Peck.
You guys both have brown eyes. You guys both have bigger lips for white people.
I look like Adrian Grenier.
You do not.
I look like Nate Diaz.
How do you see that man and be like, yes,
Brock Lesnar.
that looks like me.
I look like
all these blue-eyed men. That you do not look anything like.
I look like who'd I say? I look like Bobby Lashley, Terry Crews.
Now
That's what I look like.
Like, what is
Definitely don't look like
this
Brock.
gives more you to me.
What
Ashton
the fuck?
Kutcher looks so much more like you.
People say I look like that guy from Snowfall.
The black guy from Snowfall?
No, the white guy. I don't know his Snowfall. White guy. He's like a white guy. White guy. This guy right here. We only have 30 seconds left.
Fuck. This is a good episode.
This guy here.
Doesn't even feel that long.
They say I look like this guy. All the time.
Maybe your cousin.
All the time people are like, dude, were you on?
Great. This could be you.
That could not be me.
This looks more
People,
like
look at that guy
you.
though. People all the time are like, "Are you on
Guys,
Snowfall?"
look up Ashton
Anyway,
Kutcher
happy
Young.
birthday, Janer.
Thank
R.I.P.
you.
R.I.P. Uncle Andy. This
R.I.P.
has
Uncle
been
Andy.
episode 16.
Period.
Closet Commotion.